box pops up, you have to click the little box that says "Got it," and it'll clear that screen out of your way, and then we'll be ready to rock and roll. So remember, sitting isn't just sitting, it's also preparing your central channel, chin slightly down. That is what gives this sort of crown up quality. We also don't want to be holding the muscles of the shoulders in some effort to keep us up. We want to relax the shoulders, relax the chest, relax the back, and let the very central line be what we're relying on to hold us up. Feel your two buttock bones. You can rock a little to the left, rock a little to the right, and just feel those two bones, and then center yourself on those bones. So those are your 2 points connecting to your root. The root is being connected to through your chair. When we stand up, we're going to use the legs to connect to that root. If we were doing a handstand, which we won't do, but if we were, we'd be using our arms to connect to our root. So what we're using to root can change. We can use both legs, we can use one leg, we can use our butt, but the idea of being rooted, and not having your body be tense, uprooting yourself. So that's the value of all of this Tai Chi and Qigong joint mobilization work, is that we are trying to get rid of that tension in the body that holds us away from being connected to the root. But also we have to arrange the structure correctly, because if we have bad posture and we relax more, we slouch more and clump up more. So necessary effort to tuck chin, crown up, find that central line, and then relax as best you can. And we're going to do a very kind of short series of joint mobilization, and that will help you hopefully over time, especially get through the body, get that tension out of the body, and feel more liquid, more fluid. So from this seated position, let's do our breathing. Your next inhale, bring it in through the nostrils, all the way towards a full state, and kind of hold that full balloon quality so you feel intrathoracic pressure. Then slowly let that air seep from the body, feel that gentle relaxation, and even at the end, gently push the air out or squeeze the air out just a bit, and feel those muscles, those deep core muscles. Then when you're ready, open the valve and let the breath come in. Hold the breath in. Hold the breath in for a bit. Feel that buoyancy as you get there. And let the breath out, mouth or nose. Push the breath out a little bit. And even hold the breath empty at the bottom for, a little bit. Don't inhale right away. Then open the valves and let the breath in. Hold the breath in. Hold the breath in. Let the breath out. Push or squeeze the breath out. Hold the breath out. And let the breath in. Passive. Hold the breath in. Active. Hold the breath in. Let the breath out. That's passive. Push the breath out. That's an active. Hold the breath out. Let's do this 5 more cycles. Anywhere you encounter grip or tension in the body, soften. Learn to respond with a yielding or a softening quality constantly. The looser the body, the more mobile the body, the more sensitive the body. And also with regards to Parkinson's, the more the nerves can flow unimpeded, the less obstruction to movement you encounter, the more softness you have at every layer, from skin all the way through the deepest layers of tissue. With that idea, let's do our joint mobilization to help that softness. Hands slide back, elbows pull back, shoulder blades back, lift the chest, lift the chin, look up. Slide the hands forward, drop the head, hollow the chest back, hands go forward past the kneecap, dropping the chin. Slide the hands back. Add this with the inhale, full breath in as the shoulder blades pull back, holding. Exhale, sliding hands forward, dropping the head, rounding the back, opening all the vertebral joints in the back. Inhale, slide hands back, pull elbows back, lift the chest, look up towards the sky. Exhaling as you slide hands forward, rounding. Take that twice more and just notice how much movement of all the little parts, the little gears you're inducing. 24 vertebrae, shoulder blades, arm bones in the sockets, elbow joints, wrists and hands, as well as the hips at the leg bones and hip joint connection. You're getting a little tip and tilt there. So simple thing to practice, but can be incredibly potent, incredibly powerful at softening out that rigidity. Now, settle to the middle, right in the middle. Similar idea, gentle and relaxed body. Left hand goes forward past the kneecap. Right hand slides back, pull elbow back. Turn the chest, shoulders to the right. Turn the head to the right, rotate. Soften your way back to the middle and then change sides. Pulling left elbow back as right hand slides forward, look over the shoulder. And reverse. Turn. Rotate. And reverse. And turn. And rotate. And just keep doing that. Remember, the amount of movement or the range that you move matters way less than the quality, meaning the softness. That's what we're looking for, is how much movement can you induce without engaging a bunch of tension. So this helps us practice Tai Chi quality. Soft, supple, easy, hydraulic, loose. And what happens over time, round by round, is your range increases. The idea of addition by subtraction. The less you're doing, the more you're actually freeing yourself up to move with ease. And you're also keeping the nervous system down regulated so that it's not all hyper and agitated, which, again, with regards to Parkinson's, that's something you can't really afford, right? It's this stress. So we're practicing de-stress while moving. Finishing, coming back to the middle, same feeling, same quality. Let the arms hang by your side. Lean to the right. As you lean to the right, left wrist floats up. And then come back to middle, let that left wrist float down. Lean to the left, right wrist floats up. So we're letting all the vertebrae tip to the side. We're letting this arm be heavy and this hand be light. Because if we keep it down here, it kind of pulls on the neck in a not so enjoyable way. So we're adding this quality here. Something that also is a tenet of Tai Chi is The upper body empty, the lower body full. A lot of times we're not in that state. We're full in our upper body, holding on to tension in the chest, the shoulders, the arms, the neck, the head. And so feel how we're getting free movement with this whole upper body, and yet we're keeping our middle, right? We're not losing our connection to root, even though this upper body is free. And so that's another idea. Let's do one more each side. Another idea of how to not uproot yourself, to not be in an uprooted state. And let's come back to middle. Now, shoulders. The shoulders go up, and the shoulders slide down. Let's do that one more time. They come up. So all those muscles tense up and like squish like a sponge, and then melt. They come down. The shoulders also go back, like you're cracking a walnut between the shoulder blades. Relax them back to neutral, and then the shoulders also come forward. The chest has to hollow to allow that. And if I turn sideways, you can see when my shoulders come forward, my arms kind of migrate forward as well. I'm not holding them here. They just kind of float that way. One more time. Retraction, crack the walnut. Neutral, let them hang natural. Protraction. Now, from this protracted forward state, lift your shoulders up. Then, while they're lifted, keep them lifted and bring them back, squishing all that musculature in the back. Then keep them back as you slide the shoulder blades down the back and through neutral. Bring them forward. Keep them forward as you come up. Stay up as you go back. Stay back as you slide down. Forward and up. Back and down. So eventually this is like a circle. It feels like a sliding around, and it just cleans out barnacles, adhesions, and stuck spots. One more. And we reverse, coming back, up, forward, down. Through neutral to the back position. From the back, we go up. We stay up and come forward. Stay forward as you slide down, and then come through neutral. And eventually this can just flow. It just slides easy. Again, addition by subtraction. That's what's kind of a fascinating piece of this, is that we're not adding something by doing these movements, we're subtracting. It's like polishing or cleaning off the hull of a ship of barnacles, right? That's not an addition, but it improves the situation. So that's what we're doing, cleaning the pathway so that we're back to our natural state. Now stay here, bend the elbows, bring the hands up. Elbows go out like chicken wings and up as high as they feel they can go. And then down right by your side. And bring them around in front. Touch the elbows together. Maybe give them a squeeze. And then relax. Elbows down, out, and up. Same idea. Addition by subtraction. Just think cleaning the spaces. Cleaning the pathway. Using soft, relaxed, easy motion to move through the pathway. Now, elbows pull back behind you, down, forward. As the elbows point forward, the hands go over your shoulders, and then some of you might even be able to go up like I'm doing here. Elbows up, hands kind of go down your back. Elbows forward, down, back. Elbows down, forward, up. Elbows forward, down, back. Down, forward, up. So again, we're moving these wheels and spaces and gears in the body. Now, last one in this little set, little three-part set. Palms face the floor, one above, one below. They cross. Give yourself a hug. Notice when you hug, wrap your hands around your body, you're closing the front and opening the back. Now, important, as you release that and take the elbows to the side, don't close your back. So the elbows don't go behind you, they go out to the side. And then other hand above, other below, and wrap around. And elbows out to the side. So we're opening the front, the back stays open. And then we're closing the front, all these little spaces and pathways, but opening the back more. And then open and alternate, close. Finally, open, elbows down, hands down. Now, make sure you feel stable in your chair. Scoot a little bit back if you need to. Right leg, bring the knee up and the heel kind of pulls in towards the butt. That's loading a spring. Push away from you. Reload that spring. Set that foot down. Other leg. Load. Push. Reload. Set it down. Load. So squishing the tissue. Extend. We're opening these spaces. Reload. Compressing gently. And back down. Load. Push. Load. Down. Load. Push. Opening pathways so that the body is free to move. Now, foot and ankle. So just straighten the leg out, point foot, flex foot. And then from the slightly flexed foot, invert, evert. That means the foot goes a little in, a little out. Then circle. Nice, full, round, complete circles. Reverse that circle the other way. And other leg. Extend, point and flex. Invert, evert, just a little in, a little out. Circles, nice, full, complete, and round circles. This is also waking up various portions of the brain. Go the other way. Right? We've been sleeping, the body's been more or less still. And so we're bringing the brain back online. And put down. Now, scoot very much towards the edge of your chair. Have your feet about hip distance apart. We're going to do the simple swivel practice. So lift your toes, turn both your legs open. So you get a little stretch to the quad or groin, inner thighs, and you've got knees pointing out, toes pointing out. Now lift the toes, bring them back to neutral, and then lift the toes and internally rotate. So this kind of awkward position, but it's kind of wringing out the hips in an inward direction. Now let's go straight out to the out position and then back to that in position. Out position, in. And notice your pelvis, your spine, everything above can be totally undisturbed. So the softer and more relaxed you are, the freer the legs are and the more space you're cultivating. Now back to neutral. Instead of moving the toes, now let's lift the heels and go heels in, knees and toes are out, and then lift the heels and go heels out, knees in. So it's the same position, but moving on a different pivot point. Now we'll go heels in, heels out. Same quality, pelvis quiet, upper body quiet, legs free to move. Legs free to move. Last one here, and back to neutral. Hands on your thighs, forward fold. So we hinge at the hips and bow the torso forward, opening the lower back, stretching buttocks a little bit, and then sit vertical. And then from the vertical position, from the hips, tip back a little bit. So you're opening up that hip space. Sit vertical again. Fold forward. So we're really keying in on this quality of the power of moving from the right place in the body. This is just the hips, folding at the hip socket and unfolding at the hip socket, yet we're creating a big movement through the upper body, right? This big, huge change just from moving hips at the leg bones. Now we're back to vertical. Let's finish our joint mobilization. Hands come up over the top, and this gesture is one of kind of closing, settling, becoming still for a moment before we move to the next phase of our practice. And arms come down. Feet slide back just a bit, maybe an inch or so. And I'm going to turn sideways so you can see. Folding, the arms, shoulders, and head go in front of the ankles, right? So my first gesture is pouring my body weight through my legs to the earth. Then standing up is no problem. If I miss that piece, then I end up doing all kinds of other less efficient and effective things. So now, same with sitting down. First gesture is this. Notice I have not bent my knees. I've just stuck my butt back and my shoulders and head are out in front of my ankle. Then when I sink the butt, the knees are perfectly happy. I land on the chair and then I'm sitting vertical. So again, feel that you're using the chair to connect to the root. As you fold forward, notice that you're pouring that weight through your legs, through your feet. Now your feet are the connection to the earth, to the root. Your legs are. And you come up. Then again, butt goes back. And now you stay connecting to the root through your legs until you get your tushy all the way to your chair. Then you tip back, and now it's really just the chair connecting you to the root. Let's do that one more time. Pour like you're spilling water. And then up you come. Now do 3 where you don't sit in the chair. And also use this as a way of getting your fingertips close to the floor. So you stick the butt back, you sink the butt like you're going to sit in a chair, and then notice by hanging your arms, you're really close to your toes. Maybe you can even touch them, and you can touch the floor. And then push through the earth and stand back up to vertical. Again, the butt goes back. You sink the butt. Down you go. And then back up. So this is like an accordion. Picture an accordion compressing and then opening, right? This kind of pumps the chi through the body. So we're tush out, sinking, getting that slightly compressed position, and then pushing down, and we're coming up. So this is like a squeezing through. They call it washing the organs, right? It kind of washes the whole body. All right, now that we're standing, let's move on to the next phase. So move yourself closer to the right side chair. So now you're near that chair. The chair is in front of you. Hand on the chair as needed, right? And that's your choice how you and when you put the hand on the chair. Change the weight more to your left leg. As your weight's in your left leg, lift the right heel and try to get onto the very tip of your right shoe. Lower that foot all the way down. Notice you don't put weight in it. Then change the weight without anything happening in that left foot. Once it's empty, lift and get to the tip of the shoe. Lower that down. Change your weight to the left leg. Wait for the right leg to be empty. Then go tippy toe. Back down with no weight. Change. Feel it like spilling, right? Water spilling down through the earth. And this foot no longer is being used to root, so it's free. Then you put it down. Now let's make that left leg the leg that you're using, the full leg. Get to the tippy toe. Now let's take it one step further. You may need your hand on your chair for this. Disconnect the foot from the floor and then reconnect it back to the floor. Change your weight into that right leg. Left foot is now empty. First, get to the tip of the shoe. Disconnect, reconnect the whole foot, empty, and then spill, shift, change the weight. Eventually, this is just a very natural little float and return and shift. So this can be meditative. This lift, lower, shift. The mantra for all of this is shift without stepping, step or lift the foot without shifting. So all the way up, all the way down, then you shift. Let's go level 3, which just means bring the knee up as high as you can. Again, use your chair, please, for safety. Whole foot down empty, change. Once the left leg is empty, then it's lift, up, down, shift. And remember when I said pelvis, spine, and head not moving in relation to what's happening in the leg. So you can get this feeling of that empty leg can lift and lower without any disturbance to your central equilibrium. Right? And so that's what you can really do if you find this weight shift and change. Now, weight into your left leg, right foot empty. Put the right foot out in front, heel on the floor. So I'll turn sideways so you can see. Notice I'm not way out here. Just comfortably right in front of you. Easy. And then we just shift into the right leg, and you end up on the toes of your left foot. And then shift back into that left foot and get onto the tip of the heel of your right foot. And then shift, toes of your left foot, shift, heel of the right foot, shift, loose, relaxed arms, central equilibrium, comfortably intact, shift, and shift. This is level 1. Let's do one more. Now, level 2. So we want to be empty in this right leg from the hip, straight leg lift, and then back down, heel touching right where it was touching. Shift into that right leg. Now you're on the tippy toe of the left foot, like a flamingo, right? We just bend the knee and put the toe back where it was on the floor, and then shift back. Now we're on the tip of the heel from the hip. Lift, lower, shift. Central equilibrium undisturbed because one is full, one is empty. We lift the empty, put it down empty, shift back. So now it's full, empty, lift the empty, lower the empty, shift. Let's do 2 more, level 2. Turn sideways so you can see. It's this emptying of the hip, shift. And remember, hand on your chair, that's what it's there for. But over time, you want to start practicing lighter touch on the chair, someday no chair. And now level 3, same subtle principles intact, but now we lift the knee up, put the heel down softly, shift. Then this back leg also comes forward and up, and then reach the toe back, touch the floor, shift. Get it full empty. The empty leg lifts and lowers, shift. Empty leg, forward and up, reach it back, shift. So get really good at full and empty, move the empty. Shift. Full and empty, moving the empty, and shift. Great job. We're going to switch sides. So bring your right foot back next to your left, shift into that right leg, side step, move closer to your other chair. Level 1. So put the weight in your right leg, left foot out in front, heel soft, light. Remember, it's not a big stance, not way out here. Here, here. So we keep our uprightness. Now, shift. When you're in through the left leg, be light on the right tippy toes. Shift back when you get full to the right leg, be light and easy on that left heel. So we're discerning between the two. Shift, feel the empty quality in the right foot. Shift back. Feel the empty quality left foot and leg. Shift. Imagine that teacup sitting on top of the head, and you're not spilling it because you're releasing the body. You're letting it be soft. And you're moving with ease. One more, level one. Shift. Shift. Now, hand on chair as needed. From this empty hip, left leg straight, lift, lower, shift. You're in through that left leg, right leg empty, bend the knee, heel to butt. Toe comes down, shift back. From this empty left hip, lift, lower, shift. Wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. Once you're full and empty, then move the empty. Shift. Move the empty. If you try to move it prematurely with stiffness and weight still in the moving leg, that's what throws the body off and makes all these other things happen. So if you just focus on this skill of change weight, one full, one empty, and then move it when it's empty, you get this feeling that Tai Chi is focused on. And it's so specifically useful to Parkinson's, which is what I find really interesting. Now, level three. So it's, again, it's empty still, and we just step up the challenge. But yet it's empty, it's easy. I mean, that's the idea. Shift forward. Now this back leg comes forward and up. Toe reaches back behind you. Find the floor without any weight in it. Shift back. Lift, lower, shift. Forward and up. Toe reaches back. Shift. Looks good, everybody. Lift, lower, shift. Central equilibrium, undisturbed, no matter what these free floating legs are doing. So your body, your nervous system can be at ease. Alrighty, switching sides again. So bring that left foot back, shift into it and step sideways. Shift over. Now we're closer to this chair. Set up like it's level one again. So weight into your left leg, right foot in front. Remember, not too big of a stance, just a nice comfortable stance. Shift. You're in your right leg. Now, this back leg, just step forward with your left foot. Right? So you step forward, heel touching, and then shift into that left leg. Now we're going to go back. Shift back into the right leg, wait for it. Left foot is empty, bring it behind you, find the floor with an empty foot, and then shift. You're on the heel, the front foot. So right leg is empty, we shift into it. Now right full, left empty, step the left foot. Shift into the left leg, now the right is empty, and now we shift back into the right leg. Step the empty left foot, find the floor behind you with your toe, shift. Let's do it again. Two more level ones. Shift, step, shift. Shift, step, shift. Slower is better to learn what does it mean to be full empty, step while still empty, change full empty, shift back. Now, you may need the chair for this. Again, hand on chair as needed. Lift, lower, shift. Back foot, remember the little flamingo lift. So we pick up the foot and step it over something, right? An imaginary obstacle. And then shift. This leg, flamingo, lift and toe back to the floor. Shift back. Now this one can get a little tricky here. So the leg comes up in front. Bend the knee, push the foot behind, trying to keep your weight in that front leg, and then shift back. From this empty hip, lift, lower, shift, Small obstacle on the floor. So your left foot has to pick up and go over something. Put the heel down. Shift. How's your teacup doing? Keep your mind awareness there. Flamingo. Lift, lower, shift. Front leg lifts up in front, knee bends, pushing that foot back, but staying in your front leg. Shift back. And again, lift, lower, shift. So this really tells you, are you full, are you empty? Because when you pick it up, if it's empty, you can do it, right? So really feel that that's an achievable goal. I see many of you doing it quite well. So this one's tricky because as you reach back, the body weight has to kind of change. We have to re-equilibrate, get our equilibrium. Now we're going to go level 3. You probably need your chair for this. So hand on the chair. We go all the way up with the knee. Back down, heel softly touching. Shift. Then this back leg, we want to kind of maximize. So we go heel to butt, knee all the way up, foot out, and then lower it. And then shift. And then this leg also forward and up. Reach the foot back, toe touching softly. Shift back. And now again, up, tuck, reach. And then shift. Up, down to the heel, shift. Heel to butt. Knee up, foot out, softly down. Shift. Forward and up. Reach the toe back. Shift back. Now again, we go knee up, tuck the foot, and push it back. Shift back. And step together, switch sides. Side step. We're near here, level 1. Empty your left foot, put it in front, light. Shift. Wait until you're empty on the right toes, and then just let that foot step forward. Shift. We shift back. This front foot empty can just swing back, find the floor, shift back. Again, shift. Once right foot is empty, it's free to move. Shift. Then make the left leg full, right foot empty, steps. Make the right leg full. Again, shift, step, shift. Usually one of the main problems is not taking enough time to actually let it be full empty. There's premature stepping is what's happening, right? It's kind of rushing and slowing down initially to feel full empty, step while empty, change full empty. And then that can lead to more efficient and fast movement, but we have to get that skill. Now, level 2, lift, lower. Remember, use your chair. Shift. Small obstacle. So right foot, you pick up the foot, bring it up and over, and step it out in front. Heel touching, and shift. This left leg like a flamingo. Lift, lower, shift back. Now this is that slightly tricky movement here. The leg comes up in front, we bend, and then push the foot back and find the floor. And then shift. Right? So that's the really money spot there in terms of finding your center. So lift, lower, shift. This is usually easier, right? Because we can see we're used to walking this way. Flamingo. But this one is a little trickier. So shift, and right here, you don't want to rush this. Lift, tuck, reach back, keep your balance, and shift. Lift, lower, shift. Small obstacle, shift. Flamingo, lift and lower, shift back, and then again, that money spot right here. Keep your equilibrium, keep your center. Great. Level 3, hand on the chair as you need to. Lift, back down, shift. Now this is just kind of exaggerated. Heel to butt, knee up, foot floats out, and then just softly lower that foot down. Still no body weight in it. Shift. This left leg, knee comes forward and up. Reach it back, find the floor with no body weight. Shift back. Now we reverse. It goes up, tuck, reach, and find the floor. And then shift. Left leg is empty, so it can lift and lower. Then you shift, make the left leg full right empty, so the right foot can do this bicycle movement with ease. Shift, make the right leg full left empty. This can do the forward and up, reaching back. Then you shift, left leg full right empty, execute this seemingly difficult yet actually easy move when it's empty. Lift, lower, shift, bicycle, shift. And one more. Shift, wait for it to be empty, move it only once it's empty. Shift, wait for it to be empty, move only once it's empty. So that essential skill, full and empty discernment or separation. And stand in the middle for a moment. Shogun, wings, turn the palms up and over, and then like a consolidation, settling, regathering, recentering. Hands come down to the belly button height. So notice how my shoulders and elbows are not held like this at all. Everything's relaxed. Elbows softer in towards the body. And then arms come down. Now just stay where you are as I adjust something. Okay, so now I'm matching you guys here. Let's all move to the left side so that your chair, you're in front of the left side chair. And then pour the weight through the right leg. Left leg. And this right leg is empty. Step the right leg out and all the way in, touching the feet if you can. Out and in. I'm going to turn so I can see you guys. So again, it's stepping out, and notice I'm not reaching too far and having to tip my body and do all this funky stuff. It's better if you take a small step, but you feel this empty, light quality. And notice how my body isn't coming along for the ride, moving back and forth. My body and left leg remain still, and the right foot being free can move. Now, if you achieve this, then you can speed it up, right? But if you're clunk, 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 then there's no way to get that quality of swiftness. So empty that right leg and go in and out. And notice it's because of this stability and stillness here that this is free. Now, the next time you step right foot out, leave it out, change the weight. Now, right leg full, left empty, change the weight. Left full, right empty, change the weight. Notice my vertical line is staying vertical. Change the weight. Because a lot of times what people do is they try to change the weight by leaning. Relax all that and go through. Change the weight. Notice I'm not tipping left and right at all. Right? The teacup is staying balanced. The next time you're in your right leg, stay in your right leg. Left foot is empty. Bring it in, back out. In, back out. In, back out. Maybe play with a little faster movement of the left foot Again, because of its empty quality, it can be swift. Not because you're rushing or trying to move faster, it's because it's empty, it's loose, it's light as a feather. Now, left foot comes in. This might be the most important one. Feet are close together. Left is empty, right is full. Change. So now left is full, right is empty. Change again. Right full, left empty. Change again. Left full, right empty. So what do you notice here? What's important is that there's no room to go left and right, but yet we are still changing full and empty. So that's forcing us to feel this vertical throughness down. Vertical throughness down. And I often use the example of if you've ever seen a beautiful Latin dance, someone who can move Latin dance wise, and they can really get all this activity from this mechanism in here. And their feet are almost free to move all over the place. That's this mechanism we're trying to find. Empty, full, empty, full, empty, full. Now, right foot empty, step it out empty. Change the weight to the right leg. Left leg empty, bring it in empty. Change into your left leg, right foot empty, step. Change into the right leg, wait for the left foot to be empty, then float it in like a feather. And then change the weight into the left leg, right foot empty, steps out, but it's empty, right? Change. Left foot empty, comes in. Change. Right foot empty, steps out. Change. In. Change. Keep your central line floating. One more, and then we'll go back the way we came. So pay attention to your legs, the pump of your legs. Your legs are not feeling the same like two stilts. They're feeling like very different, right? So here you come across, that's left full, right empty, right foot can come in. Then you change that. Change, right full, left empty, step. Change. Step in. Change, step out. The softer you are, the quicker this change happens. So if I can go, shoom, then I can step faster. I can go change step, and at no point am I not rooted. At no point is my nervous system agitated. So that's this idea of Tai Chi. You can be very swift. Let's go there and back one more time and just focus on this idea of soft. And think, rather than fast, think efficient. So this efficient, soften through the leg to your root, then you can step. Soften through the leg to your root, then you can step. Easy does it. And this way. So it's not relying on strength in the traditional sense, hard strength. It's learning that soft, supple, and relaxed connects you to your root and leaves you feeling light and easy. And it's that you can rely upon. Now, sidestep towards the middle of the space and stay here. And we're going to learn hands play with clouds. Some of you come to the Friday class. This will be recognizable. Others of you don't. But this is an advanced Tai Chi experience because eventually we walk and do this hand position. So right hand behind your back for a moment. Left hand, like a broom, sweep across right in front of you. Okay? Notice how that naturally brings you into your right leg and kind of turns you a little to the right as that hand reaches over there. Then float that hand up like vapor and it becomes a cloud. Then like a cloud floating across in front of you over to the other side. Notice how you naturally come into this left leg. And then the hand rains down as you just soften. Now the rain fills up the lake. We sweep across the lake and up. Float across the sky. Down. If it helps, think. Shift to the right leg, turn, and that causes the sweep and vapor. Shift to that left leg, turn, and that causes this cloud rain. Lake, vapor, you should be in your right leg. Cloud, rain, you should be in your left leg. And sweep the lake one more time. Now bring the right hand out, put left hand behind your back, sweep the lake, cross the other way, vapor rises, cloud, cross the sky, rain down. You should be in your right leg. Sweep the lake and vapor, you should be in your left leg. Cloud and rain, you're in your right leg. So notice the changing of weight is the same, one full, one empty. What's added is the turn, the rotation, the turning of the hips and of the lumbar spine, and this expression, this kind of poetic expression of hands playing with clouds, right? Now, as you bring right hand across and it floats up, bring the left hand out and get it ready to sweep the lake. So now it's cloud and lake, and then the top hand rains down as the bottom hand vapors up. And then it's cloud, lake, vapor, rain. Cloud, lake, vapor, rain. And just make sure that each time you're one full, one empty, and then the other full, the other empty. Now listen close. From here, bring that left foot in as you change the hands. Left foot should still be empty, but it's in close. Now change the weight to the left leg and turn. Your feet stay close together. Now, step the right foot, which should be empty. It stays empty, step it out. So we're going to move across. But notice, make sure your hands are to your left side there, Jim. Your hands should be on your left side. Yes. And bring the left hand down, right hand up. So now we're ready. Right foot is empty. Hands are to the left side of your body. Now you shift into your left leg like we're changing weight. And then we just turn. And it's cloud, lake. Now the hands are on the right side of the body. Bring that left foot in. Change the hands, vapor and rain. Left foot should still be empty. We want to fill up the left leg. So let the weight go into the left, turn, and we have cloud. And right hand should still be low. Cloud, lake. Now right foot steps as the hands change. Eventually, we want that simultaneous. So now we're shifting, turning. This hand stays as a cloud. This hand stays in the lake. Then as the right hand rains down, left hand's floating up, bring the left foot in. Shift into the left leg, turning, 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 turning. Right foot is empty. As your hands are changing, step the right foot. Shift. Cloud, lake. As your hands are changing, bring that left foot in. Now we're going to go back the way we came to finish. Left foot out. Shift. Turn. Cloud and lake. As your hands are changing, bring the right foot in. Shifting, turning, cloud and leg. Left foot is empty, it's ready to step out. So as your hands are changing, step out empty. Shift and turn. As your hands are changing, step in. Shift and turn. As your hands are changing, step out. Shift and turn. And so the discombobulation and confusion is medicine. Bring the hands through that change, stepping in. Change and turn. As the hands are changing, step out. Shift and turn. As the hands are changing, step in. Shift and turn. As they change, step out. Shift and turn. As they change, step in. One more to our left. As they change, step out. Shift and turn. Now, as the hands change, go in, out, and let's just do a few more back to the middle so we close. So we're going into the right leg, hands change, stepping in. Shift into that left leg, turning, turning, turning. As the hands change, step out. Shifting, turning. Step in as the hands change, shifting, turning. Stepping out as the hands change, shifting, turning. Last one. In. And stepping out. Now both hands down and just sweep the water twice. Bringing us back to middle. And wings, turn palms up, come up and over the top. Settling, 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 settling. And then hands rub, back of hands, back of other hand. Hands go on the groin area. Hip flexors, the front where the legs meet the hips, around to the tailbone, up the back onto your back muscles as high as you can. And then like you're sitting for a squat, stick your butt back, slide your hands down the legs, around to the inside, come all the way up to the belly, and then go up the outside of the arm to the shoulder, turn that arm up off the fingers. Turn the arm down, go up the outside, turn, down. Up the outside, down. And switch arms. Up the outside, down. Up, down. Up, and down. Final time, shogun, or closing gesture. And then sealing. Here's the belly button. One hand right on top of the belly button. Other hand stacking on top. 3 breaths here, long, smooth, complete. And Taoist bow. Grab a thumb, fold the fingers over. Thank you, everybody. Well done. Find a comfortable seat. If there are any questions, you'll have to unmute yourself to ask. Just a brief moment if you have any. Thank you.